You've never seen this on TV. Not in the news, not even on YouTube. But there sits a video that shouldn't exist. A being with black eyes, gray skin, struggling to breathe, and someone behind the camera asking questions. This footage was hidden for decades. The CIA denied it. The government erased it. But it leaked. And what it reveals might be the strongest proof aliens exist and are already here. They say it's fake. But why hasn't anyone proven it's fake? Why the disappearances? Why the silence? Today, we break it down, frame by frame, and show you the video they never wanted you to see. But what if it's all true? Have you heard of the Area 51 alien interview video? It's not fiction, it's not CGI, it's a grainy recording, a gray being with huge eyes, seated in a dark room, coughing, twitching, almost like it's dying. In the background, human voices mutter codes and commands. It feels like an interrogation, but not with a human. The strangest part, the video surfaced in the 90s, released by a man only known as Victor. He claimed to have worked at Area 51 and leaked the footage as a warning. For years they tried to debunk it, but never proved it was fake. And anyone who got too close to Victor disappeared. Mainstream media ignored it. But in the deep web, it spread like wildfire. Frame by frame, experts analyzed it and found details no one could fake back then. But that video was just the beginning. Victor never showed his face. In every interview, his voice was distorted and the background always black. He said he worked in a classified division of the US government with direct access to Area 51 experiments. And what was filmed wasn't a simulation. It was a biological being held captive. But why leak something like that? Victor said he was scared that the government knew too much and was telling us too little. He claimed the alien wasn't hostile. It was in pain. It was trying to warn us. In one clip, he said, "If they find me, I am dead. But if I don't speak, we all are." After that, Victor vanished. No new footage, no trace. Just silence. But what he left behind kept echoing. And that sips when things got even stranger. In the video, the being seems to be suffering. Its movements are slow, almost clumsy, but its eyes, those massive, dark eyes, never stop staring into the camera. At one point, its mouth moves silently. Lip readers say it might be language. Some believe it was trying to send a telepathic message. Others think it was collapsing from the Earth's atmosphere. The coughs, the spasms match signs of organ failure. But the scariest part? A former CIA agent leaked a report stating the subject showed signs of conscious communication and distress, which changes everything. Because if it was asking for help, it wasn't an invader. It was a prisoner. And suddenly, the alien wasn't the threat. We were. Years after the leak, visual effects experts and even forensic pathologists studied the video. They expected to find flaws, strings, reflections, anything to prove it was fake. But they found none. The skin texture, subtle muscle twitches, eye dilation were disturbingly real. One former ILM staffer from the studio behind Star Wars said anonymously, "If that SIP's fake, whoever did it is 50 years ahead of us." Others noted the light patterns matched 80s Sierra military surveillance cameras. No cuts, no VFX, just raw, continuous footage. But one detail changed everything. For just a few frames, a reflection appeared on the glass. A man in a US Air Force uniform. And when people tried to find out who he was, something even creepier happened. Using enhanced contrast, analysts managed to isolate the uniform's reflection. They saw a name tag. Cross-referencing public records, they found a retired officer stationed at Groom Lake, near Area 51. His name? James Carr. But when journalists tried to contact him, nothing. No response. He vanished days before they reached out. No bank activity. No signs of escape. His military records? Wiped. Coincidence? Or proof that the video was too real to ignore? Victor, the alien car, it was all connecting. But then, an audio track surfaced. and what it revealed changed everything. For years, the alien video was considered silent, just faint murmurs and background noise. But in 2013, a group of deep web users isolated a forgotten audio channel buried in the file. What they found? Terrifying. Human voices and a clear phrase, repeated twice. He knows. He saw. They also detected a strange low-frequency hum. Experts found it matched tones used in speculative NASA subspace communications. Coincidence? Or were they trying to contact something else? The leak reignited the case. The video was taken down. Accounts were banned. Forums were erased, but it was too late. Because someone else decided to speak. In a locked forum, someone posted a scanned letter, handwritten, no name, but the details were too specific. It described the interrogation room from the video, daily routines, and even nicknames for the being, one of them, Echo 6. The letter claimed the alien arrived after an unexpected crash. There were 3 beings, only one survived. The others were neutralized. And the letter ends with this chilling line: "We are the villains in this story, and the story is about to repeat." The post was deleted within 48 hours, but copies of the letter spread in encrypted PDFs and offline archives, and every word aligned with Victor Sip's claims. But the next leak? It came from inside the CIA itself. In 2017, an investigative journalist received an unmarked flash drive. No note, just one code, CEF4AE041. Inside, a CIA document marked top secret, dated 1996, the year the video leaked. It described the alien's physical symptoms, its attempt to communicate, and the psychological toll on staff. One line stood out: "Direct contact is not advised. The subject as cognitive model is incompatible with linear human comprehension." The journalist tried to go public. He was silenced, issued legal threats. Eventually, he fled the country. But before vanishing, he shared the file with a private research group. And one of them saw something that stunned everyone. At the bottom of the CIA file, there was a strange symbol, almost invisible. A retired government engineer recognized it immediately. It belonged to a supervisor at Site S4, an underground section of Area 51 that officially doesn't exist. S4 is rumored to house the real alien tech: crashes, craft, biological specimens. And according to the engineer, the alien in Victor's video was kept there. He also mentioned something called Echo Mirror, a surveillance project aimed entirely at non-human subjects. And if what he said is true, then Victor Siston's video wasn't the only one. It was one of hundreds. Echo Mirror was designed to monitor every alien in captivity, not for safety, but for study, to document behavior, reactions, even telepathic signals, hour by hour, year by year. A disgruntled technician allegedly extracted one of the tapes, Victor, and he leaked the one that would shake the world. Which means there are more, maybe dozens, maybe hundreds. Footage of aliens in captivity, suffering, warning, maybe even trying to escape. But what's in those videos might be even worse than we imagined. After the video leaked, researchers worldwide began reporting the same thing: vivid dreams, the same room, the same being, eye contact, and then symbols. This sparked an underground project, Project Influx. They documented dream symbols, and shockingly, they matched glyphs found in African Dogon caves, ancient Sumerian texts, and unexplained crop circles. The theory? The alien Seps language isn't Seps spoken, it's Seps felt, imprinted on the subconscious. A message not for the ears, but the soul. And what happened next to those researchers was terrifying. Of the 7 scientists involved in Project Influx, 4 died within 2 years. 2 in strange car crashes. 1 vanished in the Nevada desert. And Dr. Armin Keller, the lead, was found dead in his apartment. Symbols covered his walls, drawn in frantic patterns. And his computer? Looping the Victor video over and over. The case was ruled a mental breakdown. But the survivors? They disappeared, changed names, fled to countries without extradition, not to hide from governments, but from something else. In 2022, a user on Dark Signals posted a link to a military surplus auction. One item stood out: a magnetic tape labeled VX13B//S4 archive. It was purchased, digitized, and what surfaced shocked everyone. Another video. Same being, different room. This time, the setting was brighter, with sensors on the walls and a strange metal monolith in the background. The alien slowly raised its hand, touched the monolith. Then the video cut. No audio, no follow-up. Just a moment that felt like a ritual. Frame-by-frame analysts enhanced the video. On the monolith, they spotted a symbol: 3 interlocked rings crossed by a vertical line. It had appeared before, in Turkish caves, on Sumerian artifacts, in ancient Nazca lines, and one NASA engineer swore he saw it in a radio signal from 2003, coming from the constellation Reticulum. The theory? The monolith is a key. To what? We don't yet know, but maybe the being wasn't just trying to escape. It was trying to activate something. Just before the video cuts, a visual glitch appears. Analysts enhanced it and uncovered numbers. Coordinates. They point to a real location, right outside Groom Lake, inside the Area 51 restricted zone. A strange structure. No label, no visible entry, just a mound with signs of underground ventilation. That site, known in secret files as Echo Vault, is it hiding the original alien? The footage? Or something worse? No one knows, but maybe the truth isn't what they hid from us. Maybe it sits what they sits are trying to make us forget. Now that you've seen it all, tell me, does this really sound like just another internet hoax? Victor, the creature, the dreams, the coordinates, it sets all too connected to ignore. If this is real, then we set not just talking about Area 51, we start talking about contact, consciousness, and maybe control. What if they weren't such studying us? They were warning us? Look up tonight. Not to see something, but because you already know it, sits there. If this content made sense to you, subscribe, hit the bell, and share it with someone who also deserves to know the truth.